Hey guys, welcome back. Bold Spider here, and today I'm with an interesting video. Today I'm bringing another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and I'm been testing out the new Amazement archetype. Now this deck is actually a lot of fun, and it definitely puts a lot of choke points on certain strategies. But let's get into the card by card, as I know it's a lot to look at because there's a lot of OCG text. We have the Amazement Administrator, Archeline or Ar Arlecchino. This card is one of your main cards in the deck. Once per turn, you can banish any number of attraction traps from your graveyard, then target that many cards your opponent controls. Destroy them. You can only use each of, or you can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn, being if a track card is activated, you can special summon this card from your hand. If your opponent normals or special summons a monster or monsters, you can target one of those monsters and attach one attraction trap card from your deck. Now, this is your main card in the deck, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see what else this deck's going to get for future support. But overall, I thought it was a spellcaster, but it is a psychic. Next, we have Skullmeister for the hand traps, Skullmeister, Ash Blossom, and Veiler. Next, we have the Amusement Attendant, Komika, and this is when this card is normal summoned, you could set one attraction trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap card zone. Quick. Now, her and Bear share this same effect. Quick effect, target one of your attraction trap cards that is equipped to a monster, equip it to one amazement monster you control, or one face-up monster your opponent controls. And you can only use this effect once per turn. And then Bear is you can target a amazement trap card in your graveyard, and one monster your opponent controls, equip that card in the graveyard to the opponent's monster, and it has the same shift equip ability. Overall, these are the three main monsters that we have right now, but I cannot wait to see what the next set after Lightning or Overdrive has for this deck, because this deck has a lot of potential, I can say right now. Then we have the three tactical talents. This card is really good in a deck like this because this is more of a stun deck or control deck, depending on how you look at it. Then we have Monster Reborn, and Monster Reborn is a very good card overall in any deck because it's a free reborn and all of that. Then we have three Amazing Time Ticket. Now this card is pay 800 life points, apply this effect depending on whose turn it is. Your turn, you add an amazement card from your deck to your hand. Your opponent's turn, you set one attraction trap from your deck to your spell trap card zone. It can be activated this turn. So it's another instance of a pay 8 negate, but if it's your opponent's turn, they cannot ash it, but if it's during your turn, they can. That's one of the key things about the card that you have to look out for. Which side do you want to activate it on? And then we have three Amazement Precious Park, and you can activate one attraction trap card during your main phase of the turn it was set. During the end phase, you can send one attraction trap card you control that is equipped to a monster to the graveyard. Then target one of your attraction traps with a different name that is banished or in your graveyard, set it to your spell and trap card zone. And that effect can only be activated once per turn. Overall, this card is very, very great. And as a field spell, it's there. While in grinding games, it definitely helps, but overall, it's just a card that's there. Now, the one spell card that I don't run is Amazement Special Show. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets an amazement monster you control, target one of those amazement monsters you control, return to the hand, then you can special summon one amazement monster from your hand. This is not a once per turn effect, a hard once per turn effect. And this card does help against Unchained because they do like targeting and popping cards. But overall, I don't like running it, but if you want to run it, go ahead. Then we have three Trap Trick because all your trap cards are normal trap cards, which is amazing. Now, let me give you a rundown over all these. They all do the exact same thing except Face Family. All the trap cards say you can target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card, and you can activate this effect based on the equipped monster's control. So we have Cyclone Coaster. Target a spell. It's a spell trap removal by targeting it and send both this card and the target to the graveyard. Or if it's an opponent's card that you're equipped to, is add one amazement monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do special, send this card to the graveyard. So it's always a 1-for-1. So it's always a good spot removal or a searcher for your Arlecchino. Then we have Amazement Attraction Wonder Wheel. During your opponent's turn, or during the main phase, place one card from your hand to the bottom of the deck, then draw one. It's more of a mulligan card. This is pretty good. It's Card Trader, but better. Or on your opponent's turn, or on your opponent's monster, switch the equipped monster's attack and defense until the end turn. This definitely helps against OTKs if they have monsters with both attack and defense. It doesn't affect link monsters. Then we have Horror House, and this is target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects into the end phase, so it's an effect veiler type card if it's equipped to your monsters, but if it's on your opponent's monsters, it's a Book of Moon. So essentially you don't need to run a Book of Moon in the deck because this card is a Book of Moon. And then we have Amazement Family Face. Target one monster your opponent controls that is equipped when an attraction trap. Equip this card to it. Now, what this card is, it is a Snatch Deal type card, and it boosts your monster by 500. It cannot activate its effects, and also it's treated as an amazement monster, so this helps facilitate certain aspects of the deck of having the ability of equipping your trap cards to that monster. So you could just stack up all your traps to it, and all of that. Now, the two that I don't run is Majestic Manage. The equipped monster you gain 500 attack, and if it would be destroyed by battle or card effects, you could send this card to the graveyard instead. And it's a minus 500 for your opponent's monster that's equipped. There's 500 attack for each of your attraction traps that are equipped to a monster. So it's always a constant 500. So let's say all 5 of them are equipped to your opponent's monster. Well, 5 of them are equipped to your opponent's monster. That's minus 2,500 to the attack. And then Rapid Race, target one card in your opponent's graveyard, change the equipped monster's battle position, and if you do, shuffle that target to the deck. Or your opponent monster, increase the equipped monster's level by 1, and if you do, change its battle position. This card is mediocre at best. I'm not going to run it, depending on what the next support is. And then for the final traps, we have There Could Be Only One, because this deck has all different types, being Psychic Machine and Beast. And then we have Solemn Strike. Now for the extra deck, you guys might be asking, why did you choose some of these cards? Number 76, this card is very, very funny of a negation. It's not really a negation though. What 76 does is this card attributes is also treated as each of its attributes of its attached materials. Attributes cannot be destroyed by battle with monster with the same attribute. Also cannot be destroyed by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters with the same attribute. Quick effect, target one monster your opponent controls, detach one material from this card, and if you do, attach that target to this card as material. You can only use this effect once per turn. But overall, this card is just in case if you take control of a level 7 your opponent controls, or if you have 2 Archelinos on your field, which most likely you probably won't have 2 of those. Then we have one Draco Sack, another reason, just in case. We have Abyss Dweller because the main level in the game is level 4. One Acid Golem and a Break Sword, so you can pop your traps and your opponent's traps, because, fun fact, if you already equip a monster with Family Face, you get to keep it forever. It doesn't matter if the other equip goes away, it just matters if this is on after the other one goes away. Then for the Link monsters, we have Boral Sword, Access Code Talker Appaloosa, Blacklist Soldier of Chaos. Very good card because if you can get it out, it's hard to deal with. Nightmare Unicorn Celine because we're running that package. Nightmare Phoenix, Offset the Earth Charmer because the only charmer that is an attribute that we can run is Earth or Fire, but Earth is very good because a lot of decks run Earth. Then we have the one Halkify Rex as Savior, or the card that got saved by the list, and then Link Kribo. And let's just get into those replays, and hopefully you guys do enjoy. Now, I don't have that many replays because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I really want to go to bed. So I'm going to have you guys enjoy these replays. This is against the Unchained player that I already did. So pretty much what's going on, I'm setting my trap cards, then activating the time ticket to search out the level Kamika, activated pressure park, and then activate our Archelino, and then activate the wheel on our Kamika. They're gonna Ruha, popping the anti-spell. I go, there can be only one. They summon it, and it gets hit with a horror house. And I flip it face down because that's the best thing that you can do. And sadly, they open up both Scythe and Sanctum. We drew into another Precious Park. I might be dropping Precious Park overall. So I forgot that I had a 1500. I really did. But this is where the fun stuff begins. They pop there could be only one, but that's fine. They draw into Prison. I activate the Kamika, switching it over to the Unchained Soul. They normal summon Samsara, and another horror house comes out. I'm fine with them crashing over my level 4, but I'm not fine with Samsara being popped. And I drew into a Family Face. I activate the wheel, equip it to the Unchained Soul. I accidentally switched it, and I hit both of the back row, which actually did benefit me quite well because I can go do the Archelino's effect, equipping a Cyclone Coaster. And then opponent's turn, they draw into the chamber, flip up Samsara. They go to affect the Samsara, but I take control of that Unchained. Now they're going to special summon Soul's Disaster. I go Archelino, Chain Wheel, Chain Cyclone to let me search, get a card, and they use the effect of Disaster. I Book a Moon it. And they can't do anything because, fun fact, the monsters need to be face up. And then here's a loss. I went up against ZW. ZW is definitely interesting because of what they can definitely do. They go Utopia. I negate the Utopia because it was going to be searching out a rank up magic to get into Zexal. And I legit drew nothing. This is when I was not running There Could Be Only One. I was originally running Dimensional Barrier, but There Could Be Only One is definitely way better. And I get to take their Utopia. Sadly, I couldn't do anything with the Utopia, but it's fine. I drew into all 3 Family Faces. I might be cutting it also down to 2 to put in a couple other cards in the deck, because overall, breaking all 3 of them is not fun. And I was going to negate the doubles effect, but could not, sadly. And then they just go off. They burn me for 3k and then attack me and can't really do much. And then against Sun Avalon, now this person drew all 3 of their seeds. I feel bad for them. And you Valor 1. They use this to summon back the seed. Then they go into a Link 1, and that's all they can do if you negate their Link 1. After this, I go Monster Reborn, bring back the effect Valor, normal summon the Ash Blossom, setting the trap, go Halka summon out the Valor, go into Nightmare Unicorn, pitch the Unicorn to shuffle back the Link 1 tree, destroying the other Link 1, drawing 2, setting another card. Opponent's turn, I go There Could Be Only One, and they just quit. This deck is fun. I cannot wait for the next support because this deck is... I see potential in this deck. Whenever I see potential in a deck, I definitely go for it. Just like how I saw the potential in Adamancipator back in June. No, wait, back in January. And people were like, oh no, it's too random. And then it became meta tier 1.5, and then Black Dragon got banned. Actually, no, it was 0.5. And then Black Dragon got banned, and then it's off the radar. And then Link Cross got banned. What's this? Oh, this is against Trap Trick. This is a matchup that no one will like. Because you activate your pay 8 negate, triple tactic talent to draw 2. And look how many monsters I draw into. And I do misplay a lot against Trap Tricks. So let's not talk about that. But anyways, this has been my perspective on the Amazement Attraction archetype. This deck, I definitely see the potential. They do need a couple more monsters, but other than that, it's definitely going to be good. I can see a level 2 and a level 1. And maybe a level 8 as well, but Archelino is the Ringmaster. But anyways, I need to get some sleep. Hopefully you guys all have a great day. I've been Volt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.